Hello, everyone, and how are y'all doing today? My name is Sharice Johnson Moore, your hope builder, lifting you out of your sorrow by guiding you to see the Christ within. And welcome to Author's Excerpt Sunday. Today we have special guest, Dr. Dr. Sandy Webster. How are you doing, Dr. Sandy Webster?
I am doing very well today. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're welcome. So, how has your day been, my dear?
Well, it's the Sunday, so church as usual in the morning.
Mhm.
And I was telling
Mhm.
you, I took my mom to a tea party. It's
Oh,
for
okay.
our Lions Club.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's kicking off spring. Hence
Oh, I know.
my wonderful tea party hat.
Yes, ma'am. You look so beautiful today. You look so beautiful today.
Thank you.
All right. And so I want to give our audience a little background about you. So I'm going to read a little bit of your bio.
Okay.
Doc, okay. Dr. Sandy Webster, after successfully, she says her passion is to help entrepreneurs gain financial freedom by owning businesses. Dr. Sandy Webster, after successfully creating, scaling, and selling her 150 employee marketing and analytics consulting company to a private equity firm, Dr. Sandy fulfills her passion of ensuring that women are fully prepared for business through her online education and advisory services company, Sandy Webster LLC. As Chief Learning Officer of her brand, Sandy Webster Consulting, she develops and delivers curriculum for workshops and retreats and creates customized advisory experiences for coaching clients. Her new online business course, How to Form an Advisory Board, targets entrepreneurs who need external help and advice via a course plus online live sessions. Dr. Webster is a serial entrepreneur and with a family office that includes partnership with Pandy App LLC that invests in small businesses and pre-IPO stocks, sits on boards, and builds marketing apps and hosts her publishing company. She's an author of Black and White, Strike Gold, Practical Nuggets to from grow your business from the woman who launched Consultants to Go, a multi-million dollar company. She's authored a chapter in the recently published book, Immigrant Hustle: How 50 Entrepreneurs Came to America and Build Something Out of Nothing. Sandy holds a doctorate in business administration from Temple University's Fox School of Business, researching technology impact on flexible work arrangements for millennials and baby boomers. She coaches women business owners to understand further how to work from home while scaling their businesses. And she also has a master's in business administration from Dowling College and General Management International, and a BS degree in marketing from Marymount College of Fordham University. As a member of NAWBO-NYC, she is an ex board member who helped to start a mentoring program, is a member of WPO Next, where she speaks and organizes workshops for women with multi-million-dollar businesses, and is an ambassador of the International Women's Enterprise Challenge, who travels internationally to recognize and meet with women business owners in countries including Peru, Sweden, Spain, and India. She volunteers with the Carter Burden Network, helping seniors to stay healthy through their luncheon club. Since COVID, she leads Zoom workshops and vision board and budgeting classes to the elderly, disadvantaged women, and churches. Everyone, let's welcome Dr. Sandi Webster. Hello, Dr. Sandi Webster.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, let's talk about your background. Where are you from?
I was born in Jamaica,
Hmm.
West Indies. That is not Jamaica, New York.
Okay.
But I've been
Yes,
here
ma'am.
since a child, since I was a little girl, and went to public school. And I've lived the rest of my life here in New York. I actually know New York more than I know Jamaica. So it's very weird when I tell people I'm from Jamaica. It's like someone in the service who was born in another country and really
Oh,
don't know.
yes. Uh-huh.
But that's
Yes.
where I'm from.
Okay, okay. So what brought you here to America? What brought you here?
Actually, my mom brought me here.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted us to go to school, my brother, sister, and myself. And
Mm-hmm.
this is where she was living. So she decided, hey, you guys have to come and go to school. So I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
have a say in the matter. It's not like any big thing that I wanted to come here and I dreamt of coming here. No, I've always known myself being here. So that's just the way it is.
Okay. So how many years have you been here, and when did you start developing your sense of entrepreneurship?
Good question. I think the earliest I can remember entrepreneurship is my aunt had a dressmaking business. All my
Okay.
families are seamstresses or bakers or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. And my aunt used to make wedding gowns. That was her expertise. But
Okay.
she wanted someone with tiny fingers to
Mm-hmm.
do the hem on the wedding gown so the hem wouldn't show.
Yes.
So the stitches
Yes.
wouldn't show. And
Mm-hmm.
he would hire me. I was about 4 or 5 years old.
Yes.
He would hire me to do the stitchings because my hands are still tiny now, but they were even tinier then. And
Yes.
she paid me $1 per wedding gown.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
but this was 1960 something, right? So $1
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
was a lot, but I didn't think so.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Okay.
spoke up and said, I think I should make $2.
Okay. Hey. Okay.
That's the first time I realized that speaking up is powerful, but
Yes.
also people should pay you what you're worth.
I know that's right. I know
And she
that's
was
right.
making money off these wedding gowns, and she would have
Mm-hmm.
to pay someone older more money. But because I
Mm-hmm.
was so young and I'm her niece and we all lived
Mm-hmm.
together, then
Yeah.
she paid me $1. But
Okay.
she was a bit resistant, but then when she
Mhm.
realized she couldn't get anyone with that skill set for
Yes.
that cheap,
Mm-hmm.
I started making money. So that's my first foray into entrepreneurship. And then the bigger part of my entrepreneurship was when I was about 10. I grew up here in Brooklyn. I'm in Brooklyn, New York. And
Okay.
we lived in a Jewish neighborhood, all Jewish. I
Mm-hmm.
was one of the very few Black kids in that neighborhood. And
Okay.
Jewish people these were conservative and Orthodox Jewish people. So
Hmm.
they did not walk. They did not drive. They did not use any mechanical equipments. Once
Oh,
it's Sabbath, and their Sabbath was Friday sundown to
hmm.
Saturday sundown.
Yes.
So if
Yes.
they forgot to turn their lights on Friday morning, they would have to sit in the dark the entire weekend.
Oh, okay. All right.
But there's a
Yeah.
little black girl who
Uh-huh.
could turn their lights on for them for $1 per light switch.
Entrepreneurship right there. I know that's right. Okay.
You know, Charisse, that turned into a bigger opportunity than I thought because
Hmm.
I was so reliable that they would ask me to babysit. And
Okay. So,
babysitting is more money than
okay,
turning
I know that's
lights.
right.
And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
from that babysitting, I had
Hmm.
my own daycare.
Okay. All right.
So
So
everything for a reason.
yeah, it blossom into more opportunities
Yes.
for you,
Yes,
and it just grew from there.
absolutely.
So yes. So um tell us about what brought you and Miss,
You talking Peggy, my business partner?
yes, Miss Peggy, yes, Miss Peggy with the book, Miss
So
Peggy. How did that
Peggy and I
happen?
worked together.
Hmm.
We were both at American Express.
Okay.
I think I was working at American Express probably about a good 14 or 15 years before Peggy came. And she
Hmm.
became my boss, actually, at American. I
Okay.
reported to her. And
Hmm.
from the first day, we clicked.
Okay.
We became an amazing team launching new products for American Express. And
Yes,
one
ma'am.
of the products we launched, everybody uses today without even thinking about it. It's
Hmm.
using your credit card to pay a bill. So you could pay your light bill, your gas bill using a credit card.
Hmm.
And before we started that, no one was able to
Hmm.
do that.
Oh, okay.
So after we built the infrastructure,
Yes.
launched it, and
Uh-huh.
it's so commonplace today that people don't even
Yes.
think about it, right? But we
Hmm.
worked
Yeah.
so well together. And then
Hmm.
9/11 happened.
Oh, yeah.
9/11 happened.
Hmm.
We worked in the building adjoining the World Trade. And so American Express lost quite a few people in the World Trade bombing. I shouldn't say bombing, it's the crash,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
crash.
Yes,
And we
ma'am.
got laid off, both of us.
Uh-huh.
It was not, it was a really sad time, but we always say, out of the ashes of something bad
Hmm.
comes good.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Because we realized I was actually happy that I got let go.
Oh, okay.
I was at the point in life where I was in that company a long time. I wanted to
Hmm.
do something else. But you know, Charisse, when
Yes.
you're making good money
Hmm.
and no one's pushing you out,
Yes.
you tend to stay even when you know it's probably past your time
Yes. Yes.
because it just becomes a money thing. And
Hmm.
where am I going to get paid that amount of money for doing something I know and something I love? And I just became complacent, really.
Hmm.
So that was like a foot in the you know what
Yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
to
Yes, ma'am.
go find your purpose and to do what you really want to do, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so 9/11 was the catalyst for Peggy and I starting our businesses.
Okay.
We decided we worked well together.
Mhm.
9/11 was 2001. By 2002, we launched our
Mhm.
company, Consultants to Go.
Yes.
The way we got that idea was while we were in the corporate world, we
Mhm.
realized corporations were not making good use of the women, the senior level executives, especially when they left on maternity leave and had a child.
Yes.
That second child is usually what kills them because they're working like a 90-hour work week, right?
Mhm.
Where
Mhm.
do you find time for your kids?
Yeah.
Some of them
Yeah.
said, "Can I work part time?" And the
Mhm.
answer was no.
Oh, okay.
So they would leave.
Yes.
And Peggy and I were mulling about it one day. We were like, why don't they hire these people part time? One of
Yeah.
those men part time can do more than a brand new person coming in.
Yeah, because the brand new person, you got to train them. They got to go to class. They got to learn all this new stuff and all this computer programming, stuff like
Yes,
that.
yes.
Hmm.
And so we started hiring those women for projects while we were
Okay.
at Amex.
Okay.
Now, fast forward to 9/11, the world is in a tizzy.
Hmm.
People are not flying. A lot of companies have a big travel component to it. So even in financial
Yes.
services, people traveling abroad is, airline tickets, all of these stuff, that big ticket items that goes on your credit card.
Yes.
So I
Mhm.
knew that they would need a lot of marketing, which is what I was doing at Amex. These companies needed a lot of marketing. And
Okay.
who better to help them than these women sitting at home with their babies who are super talented,
Mm-hmm.
didn't
Yes.
need training, could hit the ground
Hmm.
running. And that's how
Yes.
we launched our company.
Oh, okay.
Using
Okay.
using those women. We got into marketing for the Fortune 500 companies, and then we
Hmm.
would hire the very senior, very smart women who can choose whether they want to work from home, they want to go into the office 2 days a week or 3 days a week. But the one
Hmm.
thing was they always delivered their projects,
Okay.
always.
Okay. All
And
right.
so that's how we started our company and grew it from there using, I would say, a 90%, 90 to 95% all female workforce.
Oh, okay. That, hey, I commend you and Miss Peggy on starting something that nobody had a concept to think of, because that is where our minds grow, and sometimes we as women are afraid to step out on faith,
Yes. Yes.
and we're afraid to step out and from that regular job, as we call it, and but some of us have, okay, well, no, okay, they let me go, okay, well, let's see what else I could do. It's like, let my imagination go wild and think about some you can create that will sustain you. And then it's a blessing when what you are presented with from God, where it makes space for other women, it opens
Yes,
doors, opportunities for other women. Yes.
it absolutely did, because
Yes.
those women got to have great projects, they got great pay, their
Hmm.
resumes were updated because, the worst thing when you go for a job and they ask you, when was the last time you worked? You're
Yeah.
like, well, I've been home for the last 10 years taking care of my kids. They,
Hmm.
they don't want to hire you.
Oh.
But if you can
Okay.
show recency of experience, You know,
Yes.
these are the jobs that I've been doing in the past 10 years, the projects, very high profile projects that I've
Mm-hmm.
worked on in the last couple of years.
Yes.
And they become even more valuable because
Okay.
now they've worked in different industries, on different types of projects. So all this knowledge is accumulated,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So
Yes, it is.
that was what we intended, and that's what happened.
Okay. Okay. So let's get into your book. Your book is entitled Black and White Strike Gold
Yes.
Practical Nugget. Can you give us what made you and Peggy think of this title?
When we actually, let me go back to even thinking about the book,
Hmm.
because while we were building the company,
Yes.
we ran into all kinds of issues.
Oh, okay.
Our things would come up because we were never really big business owners before this, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so hiring, just finding the right employees.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's the biggest one that made an impression on me is a chapter in our book called "The Tax Man Cometh," and
Ooh,
that's
yeah.
because for the
I know.
first
Oh,
year, well, for the first year, we're used to paying taxes at the end of the year
yeah.
and not really realizing for a business you do it quarterly, right, on a quarterly basis. And at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the year, we go to file our taxes, and our accountant,
Mm-hmm.
well, where are your quarterly payments? We're like, oh, what? And
Oh, what's
she's
that?
like, what's your quarterly payments? I said, I thought we paid at the end of the year. And so we had a huge tax bill at the end of the year.
Okay. Okay.
And that
Uh-huh.
was such an eye opener because if we didn't have the money, this is something that could have put us out of business
Yes.
even
Mm-hmm.
before we started in business,
Yes.
because this is
Yes.
year one.
Yes.
And we were just shocked. I said, no one told us about this. We should tell other people about this that are
Mm-hmm.
in their business.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes, ma'am.
that's what this book is about, is
Mm-hmm.
really all the little tips that we learned, that we
Mm-hmm.
came across, and said, you know what, no one ever told us this, so let's just share some of these things that we know can make a small business owner better.
Yes. Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's where it came from.
Okay. Can you read us an excerpt out of your book, please?
Hmm. All right. Let me start with one. I'm echoing on my side, so I don't know if you can hear it.
It's Clay over here.
Okay, this is nugget number one. Believe in you. And this is by Peggy. So the way we took turns
Mm-hmm.
writing about the same thing, giving our
Oh,
opinions on the same thing.
oh, okay. That's a nice concept.
So Peggy says, this sounds like a cliche, but this chapter is where the dream of your business begins, and belief in yourself is essential for success. No one will ever support your dream if you don't. Once you start down the road to entrepreneurship,
Mm-hmm.
write down your vision for the business,
Yes.
commit it to memory, and
Mm-hmm.
repeat it to yourself. Tell yourself that you can do it, and surround yourself with people who will support you in the pursuit of your dream.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to believe in you to make it happen.
Okay.
So that was the beginning of that chapter. And then my response was, Peggy is correct. My mother and grandmother always told me that I could do whatever I wanted to do. I always believed in myself. I come from a family of ridiculously strong women
Mm-hmm.
who passed and continue to pass that message of belief onto other female family members.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people have that foundation of strength, especially women. I've always been very analytical about what I want to do. This nature helps to support my self belief system.
Okay.
Even before I was formally told in classes and books that I read, and by Oprah, we can't disregard Ms. Oprah, right? That
Right.
I had to write down my vision. I
Mm-hmm.
always wrote notes to myself because when I see it, I believe it. And then I went on to give some instructions. And that to end it, I said, pick a time that you consistently write down your goals and check up on your vision. After a few
Mm-hmm.
successes and a few learnings, you too will believe in yourself by seeing what is possible.
Okay.
And I do that every year.
Okay.
And that's when I started to create the vision board classes.
Mm-hmm.
I lead other women to write things down and
Yes.
to see whether or not they come through. And I have
Yes.
vision boards all over. I keep them like right, behind me. So every time I turn,
Mm-hmm.
I'll see what I
Yes.
project for that year.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Do you
Um,
do a vision board, Cherise?
well, at first, when I first started my business, I had a vision board. At first, I would take like, the big nice cardboard piece of paper and write down all the goals I had, like, okay, well, I want to do this. Okay, this how my vision board was. It says, I didn't, at first when I started my business, I did not have an aspect of how much money I wanted to make for a year. I didn't have that. I didn't think about that. But I wrote down the goals of finish my book, finish writing my book, and try to do, work on my audio book and
Uh-huh.
things like that. And I had a vision board, but some of the things I didn't accomplish in the years to come. I've kind of gotten away from that,
From
but
it,
I think I need to get back
you
to it.
should get back to it because you can do them in Canva or PowerPoint. This is one of my vision boards,
Okay.
and
All
I
right.
keep it
Yes, ma'am.
here. You can
Mhm.
literally just print this out. I did it in Canva, and I
Yes.
printed out. See, I have my family, travel, spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
on there. And then I keep them all the time. And then this year, I might carry over some themes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This one I wanted to make sure I wrote my book this year, and another
Yeah.
book. And what is good, I have them on the side,
Mm-hmm.
the goals I want to accomplish are
Yes.
here,
Oh, okay.
on the side.
Yes.
So it's very
Yes, ma'am.
easy to see. And I tell you, you'll walk past it and go, "Oh my God, what am I doing today towards that goal?"
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Or
Yes, ma'am.
I said I'd do it by March 31st, and it's now April 1. I'm behind. I better get
Mm,
cracking.
yeah, sometimes, but then we think about how much stuff we have to do just in the paperwork of running the
Mhm.
business. And sometimes that can get overwhelming, and sometimes you have, how do you deal, how have you ever felt overwhelmed running your business?
There are times that I do feel overwhelmed. And whenever that happens, a couple of things are off. One, I don't have enough help. I need to
Okay.
pay someone because if I can't get it done within a
Hmm.
24-hour time frame, it
Hmm.
means I need to pay somebody to do it.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
need to get it off of my plate
Yeah.
because, and I think that's the thing with a lot of women business owners, we don't
Hmm.
purchase our help.
Okay.
We try to get Pookie who can do it for $5, you
Said
know.
Pookie.
Yes. Yes.
Right. We try to go out the cheap way, as they call it.
Yes.
Let
Yes.
me go get cousin Ray Ray to do this flyer for me. And
Exactly.
he just throws some stuff up there. He be like, that ain't what I want. And you be like, well, that's what you pay. That's what you pay. That's you pay for what you get.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly.
and so what advice would you give to someone that is struggling in their business financially and they cannot hire the help right now? They can't hire any help.
They can still get help. They're interns. There are
Hmm.
colleges out there with really smart people, and not all of
Hmm.
them young in their 20s, because there are a lot of people going back to school later in
Hmm.
life, and
Okay.
they want practical experience, which you
Hmm.
can give to them.
Okay.
I
Okay.
paid I paid my interns at the time was like $10 an hour,
Hmm.
which is they're doing the work of someone that might be 25 or $30 an hour, right?
Okay. Okay.
So then there are interns I get who do it just for credit, for school credit. So you
Okay.
fill out your paperwork, and
Hmm.
if you want someone to do your social media, go to
Hmm.
a marketing department in a college and get someone, do their paperwork, work with them for the
Hmm.
semester. I
Hmm.
actually wound up hiring all my interns because they were so
Oh,
good.
okay. Okay. Well, so much stuff you had to keep doing, and
Yes.
the work
Yes.
just came like it kept becoming more work, more work. Yeah. Hmm.
And that should happen if they're really good. They should help you be better and to grow your business, right? So
Okay.
I make
Yes.
sure that I value them and I show them that they're valued and I
Hmm.
hire them.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
there are ways to get more than one ways to skin a cat, right?
Yeah, as our grandma would say, right? More
We
one way
have to
skin a cat.
we have to think creatively about the
Yes.
things that we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay.
can barter.
Mm-hmm.
We can
Okay.
barter with another friend. Let's say right now, I have a friend that has a TV show.
Uh-huh.
I'm bartering
Yes.
with her to do some marketing, to help her with some marketing. She's not
Mm-hmm.
technologically proficient.
Mm-hmm.
Wants a landing page. She has a TV show and a radio show. And she says, I
Uh-huh.
really need a landing page. I'm like, I'll give you a landing page. If you do a
Okay.
commercial for
Yeah.
me,
Okay.
right?
All right. Yes, it's yeah. As they call that, I wash your bag, you wash mine. Right?
Exactly. And I'll wash your feet too. If it's right, I'll wash your feet.
Amen. Right. I know that's right.
You just
That's
have to
right.
be creative about how you
Yeah.
do these things.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, what advice would you give to a first time entrepreneur?
The best advice I really could give is to surround yourself with people who already know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I
Mm-hmm.
actually started my advisory board and
Yes.
started teaching people, business owners, how to form an advisory board.
Okay.
Because when Peggy and I started out, there was a lot we didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't
Mm-hmm.
know sales.
Yeah.
We
Uh-huh.
came from marketing. We never had to go out and actively sell. We worked for big corporations that would do all the selling for us, right?
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
all
Everything
of
was
a
already
sudden,
prepared.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden we realized we knew how to do the work ourselves, but
Mm-hmm.
when we're doing the work, we didn't have time to go out and sell it.
Yeah.
So we were delivering on a project
Okay.
from 8 in the morning to probably 9 at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the project's finished, you don't have another project because you didn't have time to go out and sell to get another project in.
Okay. Okay. Well,
So
you had to,
we
you
wound
had to,
up,
yeah, you had to finish one project, but while you was also working on that project, like they do now, is you work on one project, then you go advertise, my business does this, my business does that, my business does this, and then that's how you draw in more clients, right?
yes, but then you're not making money in the time that you're going out looking for business, right?
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
I might work on a project for 6 months, then the project's
Mm-hmm.
finished. All of a sudden, there's no money coming in. I've got to go out now and spend weeks trying to find a project, or for some people, months trying to find another project. Then that means you're
Mm-hmm.
not making money. How are you going to pay your bills during the time that you're out
Yeah.
looking for work?
Yeah. 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 So,
So we
I
learned
do. Yes.
we needed someone with sales skills.
Mm-hmm.
And so we
Okay.
formed an advisory board
Okay.
with someone who came from sales,
Yes, ma'am.
people from large corporations, because that's who we were selling to. And they already
Mhm.
knew how to sell and they worked in big corporations. They were the buyers. So they can
Yes.
tell us what we need to do.
Okay.
We had
Hmm.
people who knew how to hire, like
Yes.
HR,
Uh-huh.
tell
Okay.
us how to make sure appraisals are done for employees, all of these things. We had a board member that was a CFO.
Okay.
We had a bookkeeper, but
Hmm.
we needed more strategic thinking around our money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like planning for a whole year's worth of
yes,
income,
yes,
or trajectory sales, or estimates for the year, how much money you want to make, as they say.
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly.
Hmm.
So once we got that in our advisor board, we met
Hmm.
quarterly. And they
Yes.
were available if we needed to reach out to them any other time, they were available. But I
Okay.
have to say, we kept a board all the way until we sold the business.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
they
what
were
made you?
instrumental in helping us to sell our business.
Oh, okay. So what brought you to that decision to sell your business?
It, it was actually a decision we made from we started the company.
So you
We,
started off knowing that you were going to sell your
yes,
business.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
And that helped us to grow the business
Okay. All
so
right.
that our end goal would be getting a good sale, getting someone to buy this company from us.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Because
ma'am.
we didn't have children who wanted to be in the business. So they said then, but I bet you they do now.
Oh, yeah. Like, oh, mom raking in all the money, ain't she? Yeah, okay, all right, come on. I can go hit mom up for a loan or something, and it's
Yes.
like,
But we knew they were young when we started the business and
yes, ma'am.
they didn't express an interest in that. So,
Yes,
and we
ma'am.
also knew we weren't going to make the kind of pension plan that we would have in corporate, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're
Totally
leaving, we're
different.
doing our own thing, we're
Mm-hmm.
giving up money like 401ks and all this stuff. And the
Mm-hmm.
way we're going to get our money back is to sell the
Yeah.
company.
Oh, okay.
That's if
Okay.
we wanted to retire or have a good retirement plan or something decent, then we
Mm-hmm.
needed to sell that company.
Oh, okay. All right. So, um, what other projects are you working on now, Miss Webster?
Oh, well, let's see. I'm a coach.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that. I'm a business coach.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm taking all the knowledge that I have and helping other mostly women business owners, to grow their businesses
Okay.
and giving them all the advice that we weren't able to fit into this little book.
Mm-hmm.
I
So do
can,
you?
I'm
Yes.
sorry,
So do you teach courses?
I teach courses, I
Mm-hmm.
speak, I do
Mm-hmm.
workshops,
Yes, ma'am.
any which way that I can help, I will.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Yes,
really,
ma'am.
comes in all
Yeah.
different forms. So if you want
Yeah.
to take a workshop, I give workshops. I'll People invite me on their webinars. I'll go
Mm-hmm.
on and speak. I'm doing a workshop in Montreal next month
Okay.
because, right now a lot of women are looking to get out of their businesses or sell. I mean, if they're at the age where I am, you're looking to retire,
Okay.
they really want to understand what are the things we need to put in place in
Mm-hmm.
order to get good money out of this thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I can coach them through that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So give us the name of your business, where we can locate you.
It's Sandi Webster LLC,
Mhm.
and online it's just sandywebster.com.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Everything you need is on that page. I also, if you Google me, you'll find me under another a pandymedia.com, which is from the company I have with Peggy still.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
there are
okay.
numerous ways to get to me. Or just go to my link tree. It's link tree,
Yes.
Sandi Webster on link
Yes.
tree. Sandi.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's at floating at our bottom of our screen.
Yes.
All the ways of contact with Miss Sandy Webster. Now, if you need a business coach, you need to apply to her business. Oh, she is a godsend, okay, because I have not. I'm going to give her props because she has, even though we've had this brief moment together for our two conversations that we've had. We had like a really get to know, sit down, a really
Yes.
get to know each other conversation, and she opened my eyes to a lot of things. And I have not run into another coach like her ever before. Okay. So if you need help in your business, you need her help in your coaching business. Let's see what else. In your entrepreneurship walk journey, I call it
Yes.
entrepreneurship walk journey.
A great way to put
And
it.
you can contact Miss Sandy Webster, and the title of her book can it and the title of her book is Black and White Stripe Gold: Practical Nuggets to Grow Your Business from the Women Who Launch Consultants to Go, a multi-million dollar company. And you can find her book on Amazon, or can they order the book from you, Miss Sandy?
Yes, they can order if they want. It's
All right.
probably easier on Amazon though.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, you can find her book on Amazon, and you can order it from Miss Sandy Webster. I thank you, Miss Sandy, for coming in today. Is there anything else you want to give us before we go out?
Well, the last thing is you were on my podcast. And if there's anyone else who would like to be on the podcast, my podcast is called The First with Dr. Sandi Webster. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason it's the first is because I want to celebrate people who have done things for the first time and they're not getting the recognition that they
Mm-hmm.
deserve.
Yes,
Sometimes
ma'am.
our own families don't even realize that
Mm-hmm.
we're paving a way for them.
Yes.
And it could be something as small as you're the first to go to college in your
Yes.
family, or you're
Hmm.
the first to become a doctor, or
Hmm.
some firsts are not even necessarily considered good firsts, right? If you're the
Yes.
first to go to prison in your family, it
Hmm.
has an impact on your family.
Yes, it do. Yes,
And
yes.
so being the first one to do that,
Mm-hmm.
I really like to hear people's experiences like that.
Yes.
I've had one woman, she's an ultra Orthodox Jew.
Yes.
She was the first to leave the Jewish faith, which is
Okay.
not done, right?
Yes.
You're
Right.
ostracized. And so
Yes.
for her, that was freedom for her, but it was
Yes.
detrimental to her family and to her children. And, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but so
Yeah.
being the first isn't always a good thing,
Yeah.
but it teaches you a lot of lessons. And so if there are other people out there who would like to
Mm-hmm.
be featured, I'd love to have them. Just reach out to me.
Okay. Okay. All right, Miss Sandy. We thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you coming in for Authors Excerpt Sunday. Really, I feel like this was like a combination of Think About It Sunday, which is geared towards entrepreneurs, and an Authors Excerpt Sunday combination, show. And I want everyone that wants to go purchase Miss Sandy's book, Black and White Strikes Gold. Okay.
Yay!
Thank you, Miss Sandy. And if you're an author and you are the first author in your family, you the first
Yes.
lawyer in your family, you the first uh what they call the lady do the typing at the in the courtroom stenographer,
Stenographers,
yeah, stenographer. Yes, ma'am, thank you. If
stenographers.
you're doing a first of anything in your life, you need to talk to Miss Sandy because she has a show. It's called
The first.
The First. Yes,
That's
ma'am.
the
All
name.
right, Miss Sandy, I thank you so much. And I greatly appreciate you. And we will be talking again. Okay.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you, Cherise, for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.